Good afternoon, Georgia State fans. This is Primetime Sportz, where you can get all the GSU updates you need. I'm Justin Dewitt. Welcome back. Today we will update you on the football team who's still on their road trip, a few accomplishments from our soccer and our volleyball team, and some important information for all of our baseball lovers. But first, an important message everyone should hear. Yesterday, Hurricane Florence closed in with 100-mile-per-hour winds. Over 7,000 people have already taken refuge, and to the friends and family that may have been affected, our prayers are with you. Even Georgia State sports have been affected by this hurricane. Saturday's men's soccer game has been pushed up to today, and Saturday's volleyball game has been canceled altogether. Our reporter Madison Dedman attended volleyball practice earlier today to congratulate their senior setter on her latest accomplishment.
Despite losing both games last weekend in a doubleheader, there was a bright spot for the ladies volleyball team. Senior Sarah Brenner was the 9th player in Georgia State's history to record 2,000 career assists. I had a chance right before practice to speak to Sarah and learn what exactly this accomplishment means to her.
Well, what it means is I have some really awesome hitters and some awesome passers that have made that possible. Everything's a system, so without my teammates that would have never been possible. You touch the ball every time. Every single play you are involved, so I think that setter role, you got to be a consistent player and you need to be a leader on the court.
Last season, Sarah led the team in assists with 549, averaging just over 6 assists per set, and she had 5 matches with over 40 assists. This season is no different, and she's already off to a great start. She's already averaging over 8 assists per set with only 23 sets played, and she's averaging almost 3 digs per set. The volleyball team will be playing today at 3 against Presbyterian College. However, due to inclement weather in South Carolina, Saturday games against Davidson has been canceled. For Primetime Sportz, I'm Madison Dedman.
Congrats, Sarah, and enjoy the 2,000-plus assist club. What an amazing accomplishment. Some athletes play over 4 years and don't do what she was able to get done. But while we're on the topic of accomplishments, I must mention that Sarah wasn't the only Panther to reach a milestone last week. In fact, reporter Gawan Bay stands by with 2 Sunbelt Players of the Week right now.
I'm out here at GSU Sports Arena joined by 2 soccer players who swept Sunbelt Player of the Week's award, Lucas Joyner and Paul Tyson.
Hi.
First and foremost, congratulations with the team's 2 away wins, as well as being named Sunbelt Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week.
Thank you. Thanks very much. Appreciate that.
All right, let's first start off with Lucas. You've scored 2 against Winthrop.
Yes.
The first goal you scored was an equalizer that came in the second half. Can you tell us how it was to score the equalizer, especially coming off 2 away games in the beginning of the season that the team lost?
Yeah, we were down 1-0, so we were behind. We knew we had to come back. We were pressing. We had the ball. We were getting good chances, not putting them away, and then saw a chance just to kind of get in the box and a little dirty play, find the ball, and poke it in the goal. So it was 1-0, and it was a big time. I mean, we needed 1, and we knew if we got 1, then more were going to come.
Lucas, with that 2 goals you've scored against Winthrop, you are now ranking 2nd in the Sun Belt for scoring most goals in a single game. I mean, it's still the beginning of the season, but what does that mean to you?
Yeah, it means a lot. Being more defensively minded, it's a little bit different than I'm used to, but yeah, it's good scoring 2 early goals. Great chance for me to get a few more goals. A lot of friends and family texting me, seeing things, which was awesome. Great motivation, confidence levels. It was good. Hopefully we'll keep winning, and we will keep rolling, and then who knows where the season can take us.
Okay. Now, Paul, you are actually ranking 1st among all the Sunbelt goalkeepers for total saves. Did you know that?
No, I didn't until now.
Yeah? Well, how do you feel right now?
Yeah, it's good, yeah. It's obviously helps a lot having a good defence in front of me as well. I can't take all the credit for the clean sheets and the good defence at the back. Liam, Kyle and George play very well. Lucas, when he's had to come into the back 3 as well. So yeah, I can't take all the credit, but it is nice.
For both of you, the team is now on a, like you said earlier, on a winning streak, 4-game winning streak, and then the next home game could be the 5th game. So how is it like to prepare for that game?
Yeah, I mean, it's more like any other game. We try to keep our head, don't really think about too much of the numbers and the streak and all that stuff. It's nice, yeah, getting a 4-game winning streak, and it helps motivation and confidence going into the game. But really, we're focused on one game at a time. And
yeah, like what Lucas says, just one game at a time. Focus on each opponent as they come at us. And Presbyterian are coming off of a few bad losses, so it's going to be a tough game.
Yeah.
And they're going to offer us a good challenge. So we just focus on that for now and then see what happens afterwards.
Thanks for watching. We have a game today at 1 p.m. at GSU Soccer Complex. Come out and support us.
back to you, Justin.
As good of a week as it was for Georgia State athletes, it couldn't all be good. The Panthers football team suffered a major 41-7 loss to NC State, and to add injury to insult, the person who spent the least amount of time on the field was injured shortly after the only touchdown scored by the Panthers. Head coach Sean Elliott. ESPN's Olivia Decker tweeted this after last week's game. Also, Georgia State head coach Sean Elliott told us he tore his right bicep in an aggressive fist bump after the touchdown at NC State last week. Will need surgery next week. He laughed, telling us he isn't stoic on the sideline. Couldn't wait to see his passion Friday night on ESPN versus Memphis. Not a great day for Coach Elliott. A loss last week and surgery this week. When it rains, it pours. But the football team will have a great opportunity to redeem themselves in a nationally televised game today versus Memphis at 7 p.m. at the Liberty Memorial Stadium. In other news, GSU's baseball team will be holding tryouts this Monday at 5:30 p.m. at the GSU complex. All participants must be full-time students, and yesterday was the deadline to have your compliance form turned in. So if you met those requirements, we will see you at tryouts, as Primetime reporters will be covering and bringing you updates. So if you got game, you could be the next Panther athlete mentioned right here on Primetime Sports. In the words of Hall of Famer Deion Primetime Sanders, when you ball, you get the call. That's going to wrap up another week of Primetime Sports. Tune in next week. Make sure you like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, and follow us on Twitter at Prime Sports with a Z. Have a great weekend.